Hey everyone, and welcome back to Where Wendy Creates. Today I want to talk about rulers, and I want to talk about quilting rulers, why you need them, what they're good for, use them safely, how to take care of them, lots of tips and tricks. If you love quilting, patterns, sewing, anything, this video is for you. Quilting rulers, what they are, which ones you need, which ones would be great to add as you can, and we want to use them for perfect results every time. So when I'm cutting yardage, I want to use this ruler. And I do want you to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming tutorials on quilting or on the tools you need that make quilting so easy. Unlike school rulers, quilting rulers are thicker, are made with non-slip surfaces, very important, have grid lines and angle markings, including seam allowance measurements, and they come in multiple shapes and sizes. So we're going to go over today basic rulers that you need and why to have rulers. Well, without a quilting ruler, you're more likely to have wonky strips, mismeasure blocks, waste fabric, lose accuracy. When you're making a quilt and you find out that this row is an inch longer than this row, it's usually because the measurements that you cut were not always the same. Could be your seam allowances, but we're going to go into those step by step, and today we're talking rulers. So let's start with a ruler that everyone should have, the 6-inch by 24-inch. Now, why should you have this? This is great rectangular ruler for cutting strips, cutting yardage, trimming your rows, as well as squaring edges, cross-cutting long pieces, and cutting borders. Example, if you need 2.5-inch strips from a yard of fabric, this ruler is what you reach for. Lay it along the line. I usually take my fabric and I fold it over, and then you can lay this down on it. I like to use my weights. It's a very long ruler. If you use your weights on the ruler, and these are either 1 or 2 pound rulers, they feel like about 1.5 pounds probably, and I lay this down. It helps me keep my fingers back and stretch out across. Other than using the weights to cut, you want to make sure that you're always laying the ends of the fabric and the fold of the fabric on one of these lines. That way you know if it's on this line, it's on this line, you're doing a straight cut. So it's very nice to have that 24-inch ruler to help you out. Other popular rulers and when to use them would be one of my favorites, the 12.5-inch ruler. Now this is a 12.5-inch ruler. It has highlighted grids. As you can see on this, it has every one of the inches, the 1/2 inch. I've put little stickies on the back to where it's not going to move around on that fabric. It's going to hold solid when you put it on the fabric. So this is a great ruler. Now, why would you use this? If you're making large quilt blocks, this is perfect to help trim those blocks up, whether you're just using 2 sides or you're actually cutting a 12.5-inch piece. So that is great. It's great for measured 12.5-inch blocks, trim oversized blocks, and ensure perfectly square corners. The corners where things match up is also very important to get lined up. So it's nice, and when you have these lines and grids, you can line up the different blocks that you're working on. And as we get more advanced into the rulers, we'll go over that as well. Now, another example for using this, if you're sewing 4 6.5-inch blocks together, they should form a 12.5-inch square unit. This ruler guarantees accuracy before you join them to the next ruler. A ruler that I love, some people go with the 8.5. I'm at the 9.5 block, but I can do the 8.5 using the same ruler as well. It does have the yellow on one side, the black on one side, so you can choose which side you want to be up, which side you want to look at. We can put the stickies on the back, but if you feel it, it does have the ink is also works to hold it still in place as well. This is great for charm squares, smaller blocks, quilt blocks, and layer cake pieces that you're making. If you're cutting your own 5-inch charm squares, the 8.5 square ruler gives plenty of room for that, for accuracy. This is the 9.5, the 8.5, and the 9.5 can usually be used interchangeable. It just depends upon what size blocks you're normally using for which one you should usually have. Now, I also like the smaller 6.5-inch square. These are really, really great for the trimming half square triangles like we're making a lot lately. I've put the grippers on the foot. You have the bright yellow that stands out. Now, you have to decide what kind of ruler you want, whether the Havells is best, the Optima, the Arteza, the OmniGrids. There's a lot of different great brand names. You just have to choose what color you want, what neon color you want, or if you want it all in black, what you prefer. And also, this is a great ruler. I use it often for my 60-degree angle. It really comes in handy when I'm cutting a lot of small things. And then if you want to cut your own strips, my friends, this one, as you can see, has gotten a lot of use. It's a June Taylor shape cut, and it's every half an inch has these strips that I can cut through my fabric. So I just lay it down on my fabric. I'll use my weights. I'll use my one hand, and then I'll rotary blade with the other one. This is really great for straight cuts. It still has the angles on here, so you can see what your 60-degree angles are, your 45-degree angles, depending upon what kind of blocks that you're using. That is really, really wonderful. And I use this for equilateral triangles. I use this for hexagon squares and star blocks. So this one really comes in handy. It's also small. This one is a Dritz. There's lots of different companies that make it. All of these that I have are different names. I love them all. There's not one that I would say I don't want to use. Now, are there more rulers? Yes, and we're going to talk about a few of those in just a second, but real quick, I want to go over, there's also half square triangle rulers that you can get. Many different brands have these, but they're designed to make triangles accurately, reduce the bias distortion. When you're cutting on an angle, you want to use your weight. You want to hold that fabric down. You want to make sure you're not pulling or torquing and hurting that bias because it will stretch easier. And that's why you want to press instead of iron that piece when you get those blocks put together. Now, how to cut accurately with any ruler. Always square up your fabric first. Always press your fabric first. You want your fabric to be crisp without wrinkles, because if you have a wrinkle in there, it's going to distort not only the line that you're cutting, but the next line to cut out of. So be very careful on that. You also want to place your hand at the 12 o'clock position right in front of you. Hold that. Use your weights on either side. Is a great perk to keep those down. Cut away from your body, never towards your body. Make sure your fingertips are back away from the end of the ruler as well. Safety matters, my friends. Turn the mat, not the fabric, if you can. I like to just pull the fabric back into place, move the one that I've cut, and keep going. So, use finger pressure, not palm pressure. If you use palm pressure, your fingers, where are they? You don't want them out there. Use your finger pressure. You want to make sure those fingers are way back from the edge of that cutting board. Always keep the rotary cutter blade closed when you're not doing it. If you're going to lay down that rotary blade, close it first. If you're in a group situation, or you have a grandchild come over, or you forget and you pick up that rotary blade and it's open, that can be a hospital visit, my friends. They are dangerous. Wonderful, love them, couldn't live without them. But please, 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 safety first. Always close it before you lay it down. Cutting against the ruler edges places fingers at risk. Move very slowly. Always double check those fingers before you do anything. Keep those hands above the ruler, not next to it. Never, never, never next to it. Always on the ruler, above the ruler, never next to it. Okay, so brand differences. We've talked about a few of them. There's different creative grids, Omni grids, Quilter Select, Martelli, Fiskars. We've named a lot of others here as well, Optima. Try different styles. You don't know what you like until you've tried them. Now, when I say that, if you belong to a quilt group or a church group that sews, oftentimes you can work with somebody else, see what rulers they have, ask them, what do you like about this ruler? What do you not like about this ruler? I'm going to start talking for at least a minute in all of my videos, telling you how I use the ruler, why I use the ruler, and what I like best about it. But you don't want to buy two rulers and say, okay, I like this one, I'm returning that one. No, 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 no. You buy it, you have it, you keep it, you love it. But when do you want to buy a second ruler or another ruler? Well, you want to buy them if you miscut your fabric often. Avoid triangles because they stretch. Anytime you're avoiding a pattern, it's probably because the tools you have are not the tools you need. Cut blocks that never match. If you're using the right technique with the right ruler and you've got the grippies on it, you're using the pressure, you've got the weights, you're keeping your fingers off the edge, your block should be perfect every single time you cut them. And if you struggle to cut larger pieces, that may mean that it is time for you to get that 12.5 by 12.5 or that 6" by 24. I know these rulers cost. That's why I'm saying do not run all out at once. I can do most everything I do with this ruler, and I prefer this ruler over the small rulers because I can do small things with this or I can do large things with this. So the first Quilter's ruler I recommend you get is the 6" by 12". Now, Wendy, I've got the choice of the 5.5" over the 24" instead of the 6" by 24". I just said 12, I meant 24". I like the 6" ruler. You can move it down and cut 5.5" really, really easy. And that's what these rulers are for. You can cut 1", 2", 2.5", 3.5", whatever you want out of this up to 6". And then just use your mat that you're using to move it up and down to cut bigger pieces. This is my go-to ruler. Love it. Okay, so I want to thank you all for watching, but before we go, I want to tell you that there are so many, many different rulers out there that we can use and that we are going to use. So why would I want these other rulers? Well, my friends, we have spent the last couple of years working only on the smaller easy beginner quilts, but we're going to start using a couple more complex blocks to be able to use some of the other tips and tricks that you haven't seen yet. So we are going to be bringing out these lovely rulers to cut rounds, to cut circles, to cut angles, to cut different things, how I need it, why I would use it, what different shapes do these make. My friends, there are a lot of great rulers out there, and we're going to start discussing them all very soon. But I did want to, I hope this helped you understand a little bit and give you a little excitement for the future. Hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and hype. If you hype and share this video and give me comments, I might be seen to more viewers on YouTube, and that would really make me happy that others enjoy my videos as well. So rulers aren't clutter, my friends. They are not clutter. They are useful tools that you need to do some of your sewing projects, some of your quilting projects, and I hope that maybe you will be able to add a ruler to your collection in the next couple of months. And I want to thank you so much for watching and ask you, what ruler do you use the most? Do you agree with the 6" by 48" let me 24" 2 feet 24". Let me know what your thoughts are, what you like, what you've used the most, and what quilting tools should I review next. What would you like me to do? So don't forget, like, subscribe, and I'll see you real soon, my friends. Have a great day. Bye. Happy quilting.